Hello, everybody, and welcome to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, also known as the Stu Stone Show. They are fired up tonight. We got a great show for you. First off, the Hobo, the champion of this company. He will be defending the championship against Sasha Darevko. Also, we've got a playoff match. Sudden death. Which team is going to make it to the finals of the Summer Tag Classic? We're going to find out tonight, but in the main event, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Adam Pearce, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, and Mikey O'Shea are going to battle it out in front of all these people until only one man is standing. Let's start the show, baby! Yeah!
Welcome everyone to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Todd Kennelly here with you, and I am joined by none other than Christian Cole. What a return for the Experience just last week.
A return from the Experience, Todd Kennelly, a memorable return, but right now we want to talk about La Revolution because they're in the ring with their fists raised high, and these dudes are dangerous.
Sasha Darevko, what a huge opportunity it is for the Super Czar. He will rule indeed if he can claim championship gold. What a way to kick it off. The Heritage title up for grabs.
Oh yeah, you know, Sasha putting the hat on the referee. Never really a guy to respect authority, and this crowd knows it.
And here he comes, the reigning defending Heritage champion, Hobo. And I know that you've been away for some time, but how about the meteoric rise, the unlikely title win, and now reign of the Hobo?
Did you say the mediocre rise? It's not mediocre. This guy's fantastic, Todd Kennel. I mean, the reality is we all know Scorpio Sky is the best Heritage champion to ever grace this ring, to ever grace Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. But, you know, Hobo's okay.
Traded in that boxcar title for the real thing.
The following contest
and here we go. Let's set the stage.
Is for the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Heritage Championship. Introducing first our challenger from Moscow, Russia. He's led to ringside by Fidel Bravo and represents the Revolution. Weighing 295 pounds, Sasha Darevko.
This disrespectful crowd here, Todd Kennelly. They don't know a good wrestler when they see one.
His opponent, our current reigning and defending Hollywood Heritage Champion. From Hoboken, New Jersey, weighing 202 cans of beans, the Hobo! One fall for the Hollywood Heritage Championship.
Championship gold on the line. Again, what a way to kick things off. Stu Stone set the scene earlier. What a night we have. Playoff matchup, tag team action to determine who will face Gulick and Thatcher to cap off the Summer Tag Classic, and another chapter in that war between Adam Pearce and Mikey O'Shea. But here we go. Championship gold on the line to kick things off.
You know what else is on the line here? A bottle of Nair. Both these guys need to figure out how to use one.
I think it would be a bottle of vodka perhaps against a bottle of Mad Dog 2020, but title up for grabs, and the Hobo, I don't know if he wants to lock up with the Super Czar. He's certainly going to give up a lot in the way of power here, Christian.
Well, there's no question about it. I mean, Darevko is a guy that's purely based on strength. Hobo, he's more of an all-around wrestler. He's more of an all-around competitor. He brings strength, he brings speed, and he brings that horrible, horrible smell that Stu Stone always talks about. But obviously, Hobo getting the best of that exchange there.
Well, you know, you've heard the phrase adrenaline can do wonders. Halitosis can do wonders as well. Reversal now by the champion. I'm still have not gotten used to saying that. Talking about the Hobo, big wind up and a clothesline, and he has taken the big Russian off his feet. Not easy to do. The Hobo looking good.
Hobo looking good. You know, Obviously, Hobo's been looking good. I mean, it's been about a year now that Hobo's been looking good. For the last couple of months, this guy has been at the pinnacle of championship wrestling from Hollywood. Wow. And comes in with a huge splash. And the reality is he is a fighting champion. And as you can see now, Todd, Sasha, clearly a coward, for lack of a better way to say it.
Oh, yeah, the Revolution retreating here, calling for a timeout. No timeouts in professional wrestling. An act of total desperation. Now, you've been on the outside of the ring as a manager for quite some time. That was a pretty heads-up move there by Fidel Bravo. He knew that the Big Russian was in trouble.
Well, it's a lot more comfortable on the outside of the ring. I mean, you take a lot of less punches to the face, and Sasha, you know, that's where he wants to be. He doesn't want to face this guy. I don't know if he really has what Hobo has in the ring. Hobo's a veteran of this business.
You talked about your man Scorpio Sky erupting back on the scene. Certainly a former television champion, former heritage champion. Will he get back in the title ranks? I gotta believe somewhere Scorpio Sky watching this match very intently.
Well, yeah, you know, it's Scorpio Sky, Big Duke, the Experience. You know, these are my best friends, and the reality is you may see in the future maybe a tag title run from these guys. But let's focus on this match now as Darevko getting tossed across the ring.
Yeah, by his chest here. You know, he shouldn't have wore that sweater into the ring. It's not doing him any wonders right now. Look at the agility, though, by the big man.
Whoa.
And Darevko leaves his feet, hits the standing drop kick. Now a wide open hammer and sickle shot there by the Russian. And are we looking at the next heritage champ?
I gotta believe that Darevko at least has a fightish chance in this fight. But I don't know if it's his day. The Hobo's a tough competitor. Darevko on top now, Kennelly, but it might not be for long.
Darevko now, he went with the strikes and now transitioning, looking for the submission win, trying to put away the champion. But after everything the Hobo went through to crawl and climb.
There's a pin, here's a pin.
And scratch, you gotta believe the Hobo's not gonna give up. He's not gonna relinquish that title.
Well, the Hobo got here because he's the kind of guy that doesn't give up. I mean, Hobo is a fighter's fighter. He's a champion's champion. Sure, he doesn't have a home. Sure, he dresses like crap. But the reality, and look at that. Look at the strength from Hobo right there, proving me right there in the middle of my sentence.
Oh, the Hobo, I'll tell you what, he's got a home, and it's right here in the Oceanview Pavillion, the site of so many of his big victories, but tripped up there by Bravo, and now Darevko picking up the pieces.
You know, Bravo is a snake in the grass. Bravo's been a snake in the grass from the beginning, and just because he shaved his mustache doesn't mean he's any less schemy and snaky as he's always been.
It's not like Samson. He still holds on to that strength of sneakiness.
That's exactly right, Kennelly.
Look at this now, series of elbows by the challenger who has taken control of this matchup by any means necessary. The Super Czar, he wants to sit firmly on the throne here at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and right now Christian Cole, the challenger, in the driver's seat.
The challenger's in the driver's seat, and the reality is I'm starting to second guess my prediction that Hobo would retain the title. His championship could absolutely be in jeopardy here, Todd Kennelly.
Oh, but look at this. We talked about it. Adrenaline can indeed do wonders. The Hobo getting all kinds of fired up. He never met a fight that he didn't like. Piston-like right hands, punches and bunches by the champion. Caught him sleeping there. Northern Light suplex.
This could be it. Foot's under the rope. Oh, veteran referee really taking a close look there, saying the foot's under. Now, why is he getting involved here? Kennelly, what's going on here?
Well, you should know. Look at this now. German suplex with the bridge by the Russian, and a near fall there. History almost made, Christian Cole.
You know, this championship has not changed hands that many times. I think we've had about 4 championship men who've worn this title in the company thus far. So if Darevko's able to pull this out tonight and win the belt as he's going up to the top here, this will be history. This will be a history-making night here on MAV Television and KDOC.
Superman punch there by the champion. Closed the gap. Ate up a lot of distance in a hurry, and now he's got the challenger in a precarious position. Both men at this point in the matchup, this could be the turning point. Hobo trying to muscle him up here for the superplex, perhaps.
Really is, but Darevko fighting back. Now Darevko pushing Hobo, really just a shove with all the strength, sending him to the center of the ring. Can he reach him from here?
Flying Russian, oh my goodness.
Man, huge elbow.
Drove the stake through the heart.
That's it, 3.
How close was that? almost started things off, Christian, with a historic title change, but the champion, was it instinct? Was it heart? Somehow, some way, he kicked out of that.
And Darevko really loves this top rope. I mean, it's probably his Russian pride. You know, in Russia, the ropes are actually, there's 5 ropes in the Russian ring. And did you know that? There's 5 ropes. So he actually is used to going even higher than this. And here he comes off the top. Ooh, taking a huge shot to the gut.
Went to the well one too many times, as they say. Hobo was ready for him that time. Drives him down. Uh-oh, gonna take him right into the station, into the pay window with the
winner of the
boxcar.
match and still Hollywood Heritage Champion, the Hobo.
And Hobo continuing his streak as a fighter's champion, as a homeless champion. The Hobo without a home is the real deal.
Street Preacher will live to tell the tale, and he retains the title. We'll be back with more right after this on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Wow.
The following tag team contest, a part of the Tag Team Classic, scheduled for one fall, introducing first. Weighing in a combined weight of 370 pounds, the team of Rick Ellis and Devin Sparks. Collectively, they are Age of Arrogance.
Big time tag team matchup here with implications to get to the finals. The winner of this matchup gonna face Gulick and Thatcher and the Age of Arrogance. What a story they've been throughout the Summer Tag Team Classic.
This just isn't a big time match. This match is huge. You got Rick Ellis, you got Devin Sparks, 2 of the most talented newcomers to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Their opponents, weighing a combined weight of 381 pounds, the team of Dan and Todd, Footloose.
Speaking of stories throughout the Summer Tag Team Classic, you gotta talk about Footloose. What an incredible rise they have had as a tandem. Talking about Dan and Todd, and see their dance moves here. Christian, have they ever been invited to one of those Scorpio Sky Experience parties?
Absolutely not. No dorks at the Scorpio Sky Experience parties, but I gotta tell you, as dorky as these guys are, the crowd loves them. A lot of people would tell you they're cool, just not my cup of tea.
Real contrast in styles here as the Age of Arrogance. All business here, going right after him at the opening bell. Not gonna allow that freeze frame high five, any of the juking and jiving. Look at this though, 2 great teams that have had a whole lot of momentum throughout this tournament, and now something's gotta give. Only one team can move on to the finals here, Christian.
You know, a lot of fans at home are looking at Footloose right now, Todd Kennelly, and they're saying to themselves, are these guys too much party? Are they gonna be able to take this match seriously? Well, I can tell you, they wouldn't be here, they wouldn't be at this juncture in the tournament if they weren't taking wrestling seriously, and these guys' moves are quite serious, Todd Kennelly.
Both teams so good at double teaming, and the Age of Arrogance, Sparks and Ellis. It's Sparks in there now, a recipient of a big scoop and a slam by Dan.
That's definitely Rick Ellis. You need to start doing more homework over there, Todd Kennelly. But Dan dropping a huge elbow, and that shirt is hideous, I must say.
Now, there's only about, what, I don't know, 4 inches between the 2 of them height-wise. I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. Here we go. But now you see that double teaming come to fruition. Look at that beautiful inverted atomic drop, clothesline, winds him up. Dan comes down with the big elbow. And you're right, they've got Rick Ellis in a world of hurt here early in the matchup.
You know, and you're looking at Todd Chandler now with the snapmare suplex there, and I gotta tell you, here's the thing, big move there. The thing about Todd Chandler is he's been around the company. He's done a lot of things in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and he took a look at Dan Joseph, and he said, this guy, this newcomer, he deserves to be my tag team partner. And when you get an endorsement like that from Todd Chandler, it means something, Todd Kennelly.
No doubt, and huge reverse neck breaker there by Ellis, tags in his partner Sparks. And what I was going to talk about earlier, look at the quick tags now. They remain fresh, and now they've got that 5 seconds to work with here to double team as the count starts. They love that spring suplex. Hold on, they're going to take their time. Now double shot, just concussion shot there to Chandler.
You know, Chandler's taken a lot of shots over the years. You have to wonder if that's going to come into play in this match. Suffering a few concussions, actually taking time away from wrestling. But now since Todd Chandler's been back, he's been better than ever. But can they get past the black and white tag team on the left side of your screen?
So you're saying Chandler got hit in the head 1 too many times? Well, I guess that would explain Blake 21st Century Fox.
Great reference, Todd Kennelly. That was awesome.
All makes sense now. I knew it would all come around one of these days, but you've got Ellis back in there. Very, compact, no nonsense, Dynamite Kid-esque in there with his offense. Tags Sparks back in, and right now the Age of Arrogance has been tagging in out more effective tag team wrestling thus far in the matchup. But just
right
as I say that,
right on cue, Todd Kennelly. Dan Joseph coming to the ring like a house of fire with a back elbow. And this guy, I mean, not only the physique, not only the hair, you know, Dan Joseph is an incredibly talented and intelligent pro wrestler. A perfect choice for Todd Chandler to eventually contend for the tag team titles.
Dan is just out of his mind right now. Series of offense, beautifully done. Back and forth seesaw action. You got to expect both teams to lay it all on the line in such a high profile, high stakes matchup. Look at this, the knee strike. Looks like he was going for a DDT out of the corner, could not take. Sparks down, and now Sparks returning favor with the spine buster. Great action here, Christian.
Always great action on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Was that, now Kennelly, did I just see a low blow there? Was that a low blow? And it seems like the ref didn't see it. Now wait a minute here.
Well, it's only cheating if you get caught. Look at this, a little axe and smash type action. A whole lot of demolition going on.
This is it.
Are they gonna do it? And
No way! That's it!
Decisive, wow, took advantage.
Your winners
Wow.
of the match.
And just like that,
of
the Age of
Arrogance.
Arrogance, showing every single reason why they have every right to be arrogant. And you look at Ellis, and oh man, these guys are awesome, Todd Kennelly. We are so lucky to have them here at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, whether you like their attitude or not.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. They've got a date with Destiny, and they have a win over Gulick and Thatcher in the tournament.
They're moving
Are
on.
you looking
These
at
guys
your
are
number
moving
one
on.
contenders? Could be so much more to come, including another chapter in the war between Pearce and O'Shea. We'll be back.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Dan Masters here in the locker room, and what a summer tag classic we have had. Tag teams internationally right here on our very television program, and it all led down to a match we saw, the Age of Arrogance defeating Dan and Todd Footloose, and what it comes down to is what happens next. Gulick and Thatcher, they were the number one seed this entire tournament, gentlemen, and well, you guys face them coming up here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
That's exactly right. You know, we started this tournament, we came in basically unknown. Gulick and Thatcher were the number one seeds. They were the number one picks the whole way through. We came in just like any other athlete out there, just like Major League Baseball. We scratched, we clawed our way through the summer to make it to the Fall Classic. We have finished the playoffs. We're in the championship. Gulick and Thatcher, you got another thing coming.
The fact of the matter is this, Gulick, Thatcher, we beat you once, but that time didn't matter. That was preseason. That was during the season. This is the World Series. This is the dawning of Devin Sparks and Rick Ellis, the Age of Arrogance.
Who comes out on top? The Summer Tag Classic finale happens here. Stay with us. The following contest scheduled for one fall, introducing first from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 197 pounds, Evan Thomas.
Welcome back, everyone, to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Todd Kennelly, Christian Cole. Before the break, what incredible tag team action. The Age of Arrogance going on to face Gulick and Thatcher in the finals, but now we shift gears to singles competition.
Absolutely. You know, this guy, Evan Thomas, he wrestled on the East Coast. He's made his way to the West Coast. The West Side is absolutely happy to have him, daddy, because Evan Thomas is the man, although that tattoo is absolutely hideous.
Certainly getting more and more of a fan following. People get behind this youngster. Well-versed, really cutting his teeth in the Wrestle Center. Been putting in the hours of training. Will it pay off tonight? Tall order in this matchup.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Wrestle Center, teaching guys how to
And
become
his
stars.
opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
HollywoodWrestling.com. And this
weighing
guy,
255 pounds.
go ahead, Dan Masters.
Big Dude.
And let me talk right now, Todd Kennelly, because I know a thing or two or 5,000 about Big Duke. Big Duke is the man, and I'd like to say that me, as his advisor for the better part of 3 years, taught him absolutely everything he knows. But the reality is I knew from day one that Big Duke had what it took to make it in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And as soon as Sky and I went on that 9-month hiatus, he proved it to all these fans and everybody at home.
We've really seen him come a long way and mature as an in-ring competitor. You know, he first erupted on the scene as Scorpio Sky's strength and conditioning coach, and now is really coming to his own. So it seems like he's maybe back into your good graces and vice versa. After
Maybe, there's no doubt. I mean, once he gave me that huge knee to the dome piece back in January, it really made some sense. He really put some sense into my head that, you know, this is a guy I want to be friends with. I don't want to be enemies with Big Duke, and I don't really think Evan Thomas does, but he's in this match, and he's going to fight his ass off to try and stay and survive.
That was the most violent of breakups I think we have ever witnessed. Didn't know if we would ever see you around these parts again. But here we go, we shift gears back to the action at hand. Big Duke elevates Thomas up and over, turns him inside out, helicopters him there with the big backdrop. Into the cover now quickly, and that's where you see more and more of the veteran-like instincts now by the big man. He early into the matchup, but he knew he hit him with something big, goes immediately for the win.
Yeah, Big Duke now taking control from the backside with a rear lock here, and Thomas using the ropes to his advantage. You know, Thomas is a smart wrestler, he's a smart competitor with a huge leg.
Oh man, he caught him, he could be rocked. Caught him upstairs with that big spinning back kick. And look at, you can see the eyes glazed over the big man. He's not in full control of his faculties, Christian.
Well, the reality is, anytime anyone gets kicked in the head, as I alluded to earlier, when Duke kicked me in the dome piece, the reality is that puts you in a different zone. You kind of start seeing stars, you start seeing white light. You don't really know where you are for a second. But Duke, he is a seasoned veteran in the ring, and Duke is obviously going to recover from something like that. Although he's still in trouble here, Todd. I'm kind of worried about my guy.
Big Duke, he still seems rocked to me, and that's not going to help him. That big knee strike in the corner as Big Duke now covered yet again. What a huge upset win this would be for Evan Thomas, but Big Duke still has to clear the cobwebs here.
Thomas showing his intelligence there, not only pinning with a lateral press, but actually holding down Big Duke's left wrist with the wrist control, giving himself more leverage, but Duke obviously with the power and the strength kicking out.
When you're in there with Big Duke, you got to secure the cover any way you can because he's such a big, powerful individual. Tough to keep him down for the 1-2-3. And now a kick in his own right, and Big Duke is lethal with the strikes as well. Goes upstairs now, right into that reverse neck breaker. He loves that as a setup.
Philadelphia representing. This could be 3 here, Todd Kennelly. You know, that reverse DDT there is a big move, that neck drop. You know, Big Duke, I'm not really sure about his hair. I've been trying to give him advice on that for years now, half blonde, half black, but the reality is this guy can wrestle despite his sometimes questionable haircuts.
Whoa, look at this. Innovative move there by Thomas. Drives the big man straight down and picks up the near fall.
A couple of the fans here at the Oceanview Pavillion thinking that might be the end of this match, and now Thomas, you know, Thomas really, after all the compliments I've given him over the course of this match about how his intelligence is, you can tell that he also has a temper. He's losing it here. He's paying attention to the ref. He's kicking the ropes, wasting time when he has this 6'3", 230-pound behemoth down, and yet he's here wasting time. Todd Kennelly, what's up with that?
Is he wasting time, or is he measuring him for one more big shot? Full head of steam by Thomas. Nobody home there in the corner. Big man has him in the launch position.
Oh,
and a little
I
bit
know
of
how
snake
that
eyes.
feels. Oh man, that thing will knock you out cold, and now Thomas really has no idea where he is. Duke setting it up, big knee!
Oh man, I think I just saw a molar or an incisor go flying. There's the cover, 1-2-3, 2-1-5, straight out of Philly.
That was clearly
Your
a
winner of the
bicuspid.
match, Big Duke.
Big Duke picks up the big win. Evan Thomas was game, gave him everything he can handle, but in the end, too much power, too lethal of strikes, and we'll be back with more right after this on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Big Duke impressive.
This bout scheduled for one fall, introducing first from Los Angeles, weighing 243 pounds and representing Vermin, Tito Escondido.
Welcome back, everyone, to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Todd Kennelly, Christian Cole, and Christian, your time with the experience. You know all about strength and numbers, but you can't deny Vermin has taken over this program.
Vermin has taken over this program, and I think all the fans can say that this toothless idiot right here needs to go home and go home for good. Got one of the worst attitudes in professional wrestling.
Vermin, in fact, so instrumental in Scorpio Sky losing the Heritage title.
You know, that's a sensitive subject. I'd rather not discuss that. If the fans want to, you know, learn more about that, they can go to HollywoodWrestling.com, check out the footage. It's not
His
something I want to
opponent
get into.
from Stem, North Carolina, weighing 235 pounds and representing the Sutton family, accompanied by stepdaddy. Welcome, Ian Sutton.
Stepdaddy Sutton, he's in a good mood. Well, the Suttons are always in a good mood, are they not?
You know, they're always in a good mood. The fun-loving guys. A lot of times, people question their intensity. People question whether or not this type of fun-loving, hillbilly type of activities will get in the way of victories for Ian Sutton and for Stepdaddy. And by the way, that incisor that was lost in the last match, one of these idiots should find it and put it in his mouth. Match of the toothless.
Very good. Well, I guess, you know, Stepdaddy Sutton, I think he's been doing a lot of 12-ounce curls lately because seemed awfully proud of his biceps out there. But here we go, big-time heavyweight matchup. Two big boys about to lock horns in the center of the ring.
Well, these are two heavyweights, Todd Kennelly, and you know, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood presents all kinds of wrestlers, all kinds of wrestling physiques, and these two guys happen to be one of the tallest and widest and heaviest guys in our business. And what did he say there? He did like my bum. Now this is Ian Sutton just being Ian Sutton. I mean, the reality is he's a fun-loving guy, and even in the middle, in the heat of competition, fighting a real serious threat like Tito Escondido, he's dancing around and he's talking about his bum.
Oh, is his name Ian or hello, my name is Simon. Are you looking at my bum looker, cheeky monkey? But anyway, here we go.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Neither do I half the time. But now look at this, Escondido offering the hand in friendship and sportsmanship, and I don't know what to call that either. This is going to be unorthodox, that's for certain. Big swing and a miss, and again, strike three. And now look at this, though. Sutton comes up with a big swinging neck breaker, shake, rattle, and roll indeed.
Absolutely, swing dancing that neck breaker all the way down to the mat while Stepdaddy's up there dancing too. I mean, this is a fun-loving group. No matter what you think about them, no matter what your thoughts are on the right-wing Republicans of the South, these two guys are here to have fun, and honestly, it's contagious.
Stepdaddy shaking his bum as well on the apron there momentarily, but amazingly, Ian Sutton, with this odd offense, has taken control of the matchup, but not for long. Look at the power on display by Escondido.
Absolute power. There's no count. You're kicking out at 1.5 there. Absolute power by Tito Escondido. Really just out of nowhere. The momentum, if you noticed, from Ian Sutton was actually going towards the corner, but he was able to use and reverse that torque to actually pull him back into the suplex. There's no question in my mind that Tito Escondido is probably one of the strongest competitors in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood today.
You know, you stole the words right out of my mouth, Christian. I was just going to pose that question. I think pound for pound, he might be the strongest. So explosive and so aggressive. Look at this, just chops and shots, absolutely decimating Sutton, turning him inside out. Now puts him on that dissection platter and chops away there with a big clothesline, hooks the leg, only a count of 2.
Well, really good cover there by Escondido, hooking the leg, putting his elbow and forearm across the chest of Ian Sutton, putting all that pressure on the shoulders. Sutton, though, also a powerful competitor, able to kick out. And if you actually look when Escondido turns around just right there, you'll see along the spinal column on Escondido's singlet here, it says bad dude. There is no question in my mind or anybody's mind at home that is exactly what he is. One bad dude.
Certainly is just that. Look at this, picks up the pace, drapes him on that second rope. And again, with the strength in numbers, because Escondido knows if things go right, he's always got Vermin there to have his back. He has had even more confidence. He's even been more of a bad dude with Vermin by his side.
Yeah, Escondido's been through a lot since his inception into Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It wasn't really until Vermin all came together that he really became the powerhouse of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Big time velocity on that Inzaguri. Went downstairs first, then upstairs with that lethal strike, trying to secure the cover. And the fun-loving nature of Sutton, this thing has really turned around. Tale of 2 matches. Sutton not having any fun in there right now.
Well, you know, if I can analyze this for a minute, if I go back and I look at all the jig and the bum and all that stuff that he was doing earlier in the match, that could be the reason he's on his back now, getting really just disrespectfully scraped with the bottom of Escondido's shoes. I mean, you know, it's all fun until you're out on the bottom of the canvas and you're not getting up. You know, I would say to Stepdaddy, rather than being his friend, rather than being a fun-loving guy who just comes out to the ring, you really need to give this guy advice. You know, coming from a manager who helped Scorpio Sky to not only 1 but 2 championships in this company, you have to go ahead and center your competitor's mind. Center his chi and get him ready.
Easier said than done, though, when you're in there with Escondido. When he's in control, so hard to mount any kind of offense because the one bad dude, he will absolutely smother you offensively. And look at the athleticism now on display.
Absolutely.
The big man leaves his feet with the drop kick.
Absolutely. You know, Tito Escondido actually with a 65-inch vertical. The guy can jump, and he put that drop kick right in the center of Ian Sutton's chest. And now I'm wondering, should Escondido cover? I mean, you know, what's your opinion on this, Todd? Is he already have this guy out? I mean, well, oh, this looks like he's going for a submission here.
Trying to humble him here. He's got that camel clutch. Just really wrenching back. And look at this, gonna break Sutton in half. I think, to answer your question, he wants to humble this man. He wants to inflict as much damage. I think that Escondido's having fun in the process.
I agree with you, Todd Kennelly. I think that, you know, that's the thing about the Vermin. Is like, even when they have you down, even when they may have the match won, these guys are trying to embarrass you. These guys are not cool. You know, they're out here really trying to, I think they're trying to get as much TV time as they possibly can. Even when they have their opponent down, they're not gonna finish him like that.
Sutton now out the back door. Look out, can he create some distance? Oh, just using the power there to scoop him up.
Wow.
Showing a lot of heart is Ian Sutton. The fact that he's even still in there fighting and now comes up with the backdrop out of nowhere and turning the tide.
This is a dentist nightmare in the ring right now, guys.
Must have had some serious liquid courage before this thing to still be fighting. As you can see, the whole body of Ian Sutton's a crimson red.
I'm trying not to look at the whole body of Ian Sutton.
Except for the farmer's tan. But look at this, drops another leg there on Escondido, and he has turned this thing around. Escondido in some trouble here. Here's the hook of the leg, only accounted 2, but Sutton has fought his way right back into this matchup.
Absolutely, you know, Ian Sutton with a military background. He fought for the country, and he actually, I don't know if you know this, but he actually got dishonorably discharged for moonshining. You know what moonshining is? That's when you're shining your friend's bum back at Camp Pendleton is where he was.
All right, well, there you have it. Yep. Going back to the bums. But look at this now. Stepdaddy Sutton not doing Ian any favors here. Ian had Escondido pinned, and Stepdaddy up there on the apron.
Wow, what's going on
this
here,
match
Kennelly?
might have been over, Christian.
Well, this story just changed. I mean, is there tension in the Sutton family? Wow, wow, they're saying shut up here.
Oh man, what a shot. He's gonna be, if he has any teeth left, not after that. What a forearm by Escondido. And it might be time here, beginning of the end. Yeah, drives him down. Bad dude driver indeed. Into the cover.
And as Stu Stone would say, 1, 2, 1,000. And that's it.
Your winner of the match, Tito Escondido.
And the dominant reign of terror continues for Vermin and namely Escondido.
Let me mention something to you, Todd Kennelly. Scorpio Sky is not so happy with Vermin. And you know, you keep tuning in from week to week, you're gonna see Scorpio Sky, you're gonna see Escondido, all these other idiots from the Vermin with their V's holding up and whatever, live long and prosper, whatever they're doing up there, you're gonna see Scorpio Sky get pissed off. And when Sky's pissed off, it's not gonna be a good sight.
Well, careful what you wish for, Christian Cole. Not too many people taking numbers to get a shot at Vermin.
Ain't worry about nothing.
We'll be back with our huge main event right after this. Pearce and O'Shea gonna go at it.
That match is gonna be awesome. I'll tell you what, after this, when Pearce and O'Shea come back, you're going to see not only the first or second, but really the 10th chapter in an amazing, amazing matchup that has been going on for months, Kennelly. And Pearce and O'Shea, these are the big true heavyweights. I mean, you thought these guys were big.
Thank you so much.
Hold on,
Ladies
here,
and gentlemen, how
to
great did this kid do tonight? He did great. Now look, you don't exactly have your act together yet, Ian. You need more guidance from your old stepdaddy. That's why these things keep happening.
I don't need any more stinking guidance from you. You just done cost me my match right there. You stay on the dang on ground, do you understand?
Helping, Ian.
You weren't helping nothing but yourself, man. You're just selfish. I want a new Sutton. I want a new partner. I don't want you in my corner.
You ungrateful, improvident lackwit. You rotten, ungrateful. You know what? That's an excellent idea. I want a new Sutton too. I want a Sutton I don't have to deal with always losing. I'm only losing because of you. Oh, really? Really? Well, you bring your Sutton, and I'll bring my Sutton, because we're going to have us a Sutton search. We're going to search all over the world. There's hundreds of thousands of Suttons that wrestle on this planet, and I'm going to get the best one.
No, I'm going to get the best one.
Oh, I'm going to get the best one.
I'm going to get the dang best one.
I'm getting the dang best one.
I am getting the dang best one.
This interview is over.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, introducing first, from Charlestown, Massachusetts, weighing 295 pounds, Mikey O'Shea.
Main event time on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And the main events don't get any bigger than this, and Pearce, like a thief in the night, just attacks from behind.
Yeah, you know, for Todd Kennelly, I'm Christian Cole. I gotta tell you, I am honored to call this match. There couldn't be a better time to bring me in the broadcast booth. This is Adam Pearce. This is a multi-time world champion and one of the absolute best. And I've said this a lot about a lot of guys, but I've never meant it as much. One of the absolute best up-and-comers in all of professional wrestling, Mikey O'Shea. And you know, in his personal life, Todd, Mikey O'Shea's had a lot of trials and tribulations, but it has not in the least affected his professional wrestling abilities. I'll tell you what's affected his wrestling abilities. Adam Pearce running in from the curtain and hitting him from behind.
Well, yeah, well, I think his interactions with Pearce certainly have affected him, though, although O'Shea has proven that he can hang and go toe-to-toe with the 5-time world's heavyweight champion. But you talked about the trials and tribulations, you know, that O'Shea's gone through in his personal life, and ranking right up there is this man, Adam Pearce, stabbing him in the back, betraying him, leaving him laying.
You know, Mikey O'Shea told me before this match that we could just go ahead and tell all the fans, you know, Mikey has lost not one but 2 loved ones in his family over the last 30 days. I mean, how hard can it be? You know, you lose one person, and while you're still mourning, you go ahead and lose a second one. When I talked to Mikey before this match, Mikey said that he's not only dedicating this match, he's dedicating the rest of 2014 to his lost family members. And we, you know, Mikey, you're in our thoughts.
Absolutely, and he is going to channel that. You got to believe. And he's going to go right after Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. And not too many people can hang with Pearce in a battle like this, where anything goes on the outside with so much personal issues behind it, but O'Shea with those big bombs taking it right to the 5-time former champ.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt that this is a grudge match. This match is all about how much these dudes absolutely hate one another. And Mikey O'Shea hates Adam Pearce just as much as Adam Pearce hates Mikey O'Shea. But, you know, it's really difficult to do that because Adam Pearce pretty much hates himself. He hates people so much.
I was going to say, yeah, Pearce, he can bring out the best and the absolute worst in everyone because he is such a hateable entity. I mean, if you think through Pearce's career, and especially on this program, it's all about vendettas. It's all about bitter personal rivalries.
There's no doubt, you know, and Adam Pearce, he's a guy that likes to take his time, you know. Adam Pearce is a calculated, absolute devil in the ring. And Adam Pearce showing it right there as he puts his body on the line, you know, going from the canvas to the floor, the hard floor there. You know, it's covered by that red carpet, but, you know, it's concrete. A lot of fans don't know that. There's concrete underneath that carpet. And is he punking a 5-year-old kid? He just punked a 5-year-old, and the 5-year-old left.
Doesn't surprise me. Pierce has no honor. This man will go to any lengths, and this matchup has been so physical. He spent much more time on the arena floor than they have in the ring. You talked about that red carpet. If Pearce has it his way, that floor will be covered in red again. It'll be the blood of O'Shea.
Absolutely, Todd Kenny. You know, as a veteran advisor in this professional wrestling business, Christian Cole, me, the guy on the mic right now, has to tell you, you know, Mikey, if I was giving him advice, I'd tell him, get Adam by the bald head of his, by the ears, get him by whatever you got to get him by, and take him away from the stands. Put him into the center of the ring. The only way you're winning this fight is going to be in the ring. It looks like Mikey's listening to me.
Look at this, though. O'Shea, yeah, going to introduce him to his good friend Matt right there into the apron on the outside. And it's been cat and mouse. You know, Pearce has played hard to get. He's made O'Shea chase. So now that O'Shea has an opportunity to get his hands on Pearce yet again, you know he wants to end this thing once and for all.
Oh my
man,
God.
How about a drink?
And a beer to the dome. And wow. And look at those eyes.
No remorse, no regret in the Scrap Iron Adam Pearce.
You know, you can see the devil in his eyes, legitimately. I mean, this guy is evil. Adam Pearce has been around for 20 plus years, and for all 20 of them, he's been intense and he's been absolutely crazy.
Look at the strength here by O'Shea. Yeah, you're right. I don't think, you know, Dr. Loomis, he was trying to figure out Michael Myers. I don't think he would have an answer for the evil that is Adam Pearce. But O'Shea has turned this thing around with a big shot, and look at this. You can hear the crowd. Tick-tock, tick-tock. His time ticking.
Going up.
His time ticking for Pearce. It'll be all over if O'Shea hits it. Nobody home there.
He missed the frog splash. Wearing that green, just looking like an absolute toad, but missing it completely. And Pearce is going to take advantage here.
Yeah, that was a bullfrog splash. And Pearce is going up. And Pearce has driven the stake through O'Shea before. You got to think time is up. He's going to look for that big elbow drop, but can he hit it? Does he have a look at this, O'Shea? That's a page right out of the Adam Pearce playbook.
You took the words out of my mouth, Todd Kennelly. Absolutely. This is when you're fighting Adam Pearce. When every time Sky has gone up against Adam Pearce, I told Sky, to beat Adam Pearce, you gotta be Adam Pearce. You can't be anything less than Adam Pearce. And Mikey O'Shea has somehow been able to transform himself into an evil entity too. Mikey's a good dude. I'm telling you right now. I know him. He's one of the most well-liked guys in the locker room. But tonight, he's doing what he has to do to get on Pearce's level, and maybe even tonight he'll go one notch higher.
Yeah, indeed. Look at that. Veteran move there by O'Shea. Rolls in and breaks the count. Yeah, when you're in the heat of the battle, when you're in there with Pearce, does Pearce have the
Can he do it?
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
He muscles O'Shea. Nearly 300 pounds of O'Shea up and over. Fans, this main event continues. We gotta take a break.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll
Don't
be
go
back
anywhere.
right after this. Our main event rages on here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Todd Kennelly, Christian Cole, and this has been a personal, brutal battle. Everything that we expected and more.
You know what? This is everything that we expected and more. The reality is I'm surprised one of these dudes isn't busted open. I mean, they hate each other, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. And you look at Adam Pearce, look how calculated he is. I mean, to get inside of the mind of Adam Pearce would probably be one of the scariest places in all of professional wrestling. I mean, this guy is an evil guy, and look at these cold, hard fists to the side. But Mikey looks like he's feeding off this energy, Todd Kennelly.
O'Shea, he's stumbling, he's teetering, but he's staying on his feet. Seemingly impervious to these shots at this point. And I gotta believe Christian Cole, it's that heartbreak, it's the trials, the tribulations, everything manifesting, everything coming together in a violent rage that he is going to unleash on Pearce right now.
And he sends Pearce to the ropes and follows up with a massive clothesline. Mikey O'Shea could be the only guy in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood that can hang with Adam Pearce, and he's showing it right there. Wow, huge splash in the corner.
How many people's heads has Pearce taken off with that one last ride lariat, and now getting a taste of his own medicine from O'Shea, from those big tree trunk arms, and it can't feel good for the Scrap Daddy. Look at this huge spine buster with authority, quickly into the cover.
This can't
is that
be
going to do it? No, not yet.
No, I knew it there. A spine buster is one hell of a move. In the 1970s, it could have ended a guy. It could have taken him out for several weeks, but that's not Adam Pearce. Not in any decade. Adam Pearce, this is a guy who won't stay down. I mean, despite how scheming he is, how evil he can be. I mean, Adam Pearce is a guy who does not quit, because there's nothing, absolutely nothing more important than really teaching guys lessons here in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Oh, but he
I'm
might,
tongue-tied, Todd Kennelly.
Might get executed here. Look at that move by O'Shea. Pulls him out into a short sit-out powerbomb in essence. And O'Shea is digging deep into his playbook, which is exactly what you have to do when you're with a veteran like Pearce.
Look at the eyes, Todd Kennelly. Look at it. I mean, just try and get in the mind of either one of these psychopaths. I mean, this is wrestling. This is what pro wrestling is all about. And now look at look at the eyes.
Look at the eyes digging into those orbital sockets. Pearce knows every trick in the book. He's looking for that lariat. Nobody home. O'Shea was wise to it. Pearce knows every trick. Hell, he's written most of them.
Absolutely. Adam Pearce, a veteran of this ring, a veteran of this business, a veteran of getting W's on the board. Adam ducking the line, but now he's caught.
Uh-oh, look at this. Big windup and delivers right across the plate with that big gunslinger.
Whoa, who's that?
What the
Who
hell?
is that?
Tito Escondido. What business does he have out here?
Well, clearly, he is in the seat-making business. He tells Mikey O'Shea to have a seat, hitting him with the head with a chair. I'm so sick and tired of this. I can guarantee you, Scorpio Sky is sitting at home right now, Todd Kennelly, and he is pissed because we, at the experience, I'm pretty sure everybody from you, Todd Kennelly, all the way down to that Grant guy who does interviews, is sick and tired of the vermin. And the fans at home, too. It's crap.
I mean, I'm sick of vermin, but what the hell does Adam Pearce have to do with vermin? I mean, what is this, some sort of collusion?
No, you know what my guess is? This is Tito Escondido wanting more TV time. This is Tito Escondido wanting to put Vermin on the map already more than they already are. And now missing with the chair. What? Oh, no!
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
like him. You
Yes.
gotta love it. O'Shea gonna live to fight another day. Picks up the 7-10 split there with Pearce and Escondido, and they look like they have seen a damn ghost.
You know, your first inclination on that, about this being a collusion, that might be right, because I know that when people run in on Adam Pearce's matches, doesn't matter what side of the fence they rest, you know, he gets furious, and it doesn't seem like Pearce is upset. Are we seeing a collusion in the making here, Todd Kennelly?
Well, blatant disqualification.
Your winner via disqualification, Mikey O'Shea.
Dan Masters makes it official there. And O'Shea saying, tick-tock, time is running out on you, Adam Pearce. I don't care. Get all the King's horses, all the King's men, get the torches, the pitchforks. You can storm Castle O'Shea. This man is a damn monster. He is a force to be reckoned with, and he's not done fighting.
You know, 4 years on the air, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and every single week, this show gets better and better. I am so glad to be back. I am so glad to be in the booth with you, Todd Kennelly. This show is amazing. Mikey O'Shea is amazing, and really, Adam Pearce is a jerk.
This issue is far from over, but we've got to say goodbye for tonight. We'll see you next week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Wow. Great show.